Hi guys, I'm back. Sorry for this. Okay. So, can you hear me? Okay. So this is the main dashboard of S3. And do you see this on the top? We learn S3 is global or regional? So do you see on the top? So S3 is global. So there you no need to select any region. So S3 is global. But while creating a bucket, we can select a region. So bucket can be in a region. So there is nothing here. So directly you need to go ahead and click on create bucket. So let's go ahead and create a bucket. So when you're creating a bucket, can you tell me by default, the bucket is public or private when you create a bucket? Private, correct? So whenever you create a bucket, it is private until unless specifically you put that in public, it will be private only. So let's go ahead and click on create buckets. Click on create bucket. And here it asks for the bucket name. So I told you bucket name is universal. Is it possible to create a bucket called test? So if you come down and then click on create bucket, do you see this? It says bucket same name already exists. So if you let's say my bucket already exists, your bucket already exists. Test 1, 2, 3 already exists. See, not possible. That is also possible. Right. Ria's bucket. No one created. So yeah. So now we'll create it as your 9 a.m. Okay. So should we go ahead and create a private bucket or public bucket? Let's create a private first. Okay. So 9 a.m. private bucket. Let's get ODM. Sorry. So this. So 9 a.m. demo private bucket. Okay. Okay, so here is a bucket name. So you can give this. So now you know, right? So the bucket name should be unique. So you need to add some in before and after. You need to add something based on the project or based on the company. You can use it. So here AWS region. So I told you that bucket can be in any region. So you can select any of the region here. So as we are in Hyderabad. So let's select Mumbai. Doesn't matter. You can select Ireland also, but I'll just try to create in Mumbai. So do you have any existing buckets so that we can copy all the settings from? No. But if at all you have any bucket, and if you want to have a same settings, so you can choose that particular and same settings will be applied. Okay. So that's a bucket name and region. So object ownership. So if you go with the ACLs disable, it's purely a ACL meaning access control list. It's purely a private bucket. If you want to go for public, then you need to go for this, and then you need to change something here that we'll talk. But if you go for ACLs disable, that meaning all objects in this bucket are owned by this account only. You are not giving any permissions to others. Access to this bucket and objects is specifying using only policies. So if you want to give any policy, if you want to give any permissions to some other people by using IAM policies, you can give the permissions. So if you go for this, ACLs disable. So if you, so I always recommend to go for ACLs enabled because you can give permissions to some other people's also, other accounts and all. But it's up to us whether we want to make it public or not. So ACL should be enabled or disabled. What do we choose? We'll go with enable. Okay, we'll do enable. So ACLs enable. So what is the difference between both of them? If your ACLs disable, you will not be able to give any access to any other people. So if you go for access enabled, ACLs enable, you can give permissions to the other people, right? So it's up to you. If you don't want to give permissions, go with this. If you want to give the permissions of this bucket to some other people, so some other account or some other using IAM policies and all, you go with the ACLs enable. So who is the bucket object ownership? The bucket owner or whoever is writing the bucket, writing the object. So we'll go with the bucket owner only. So because let's say I have I'm the owner of this bucket, and let's say Spandana, she is now uploading some object into this bucket, and now Spandana should be owner for that object, or I should be the owner, or the bucket owner. So bucket owner should be the owner, correct? So for that reason, I have selected bucket owner preferred. This question, sir, if ACLs is disabled, other IAM users in my account can access S3? Yes, by using policies. If they have permissions, they can. Okay, so now block public access settings for this bucket. So guys, now it is blocked. So block all public access. So if I'm blocking it, so that meaning my bucket is public or private? It's private. Understand, guys? So block it. So let's create a private. So bucket versioning. I told you by default bucket versions are enable or disable. Disable. Remember? So bucket versioning is disable. I'll come back to this. Right. And then encryption. Did we learn about encryption? What are the different types of encryption? SSC, S3, SSCC, SSC KMS? Yes, very good, Swati. So do you see this? So if at all you want, you can go with this encryption. So if you don't want, disable this. It's up to you. But the default one is SSC S3. Okay. So advanced settings, if at all you want to object lock it, you can enable it. Otherwise, no need. So now what I'll be doing is I'll just going and create a bucket, a private bucket, right? So I don't enable the access. So I don't give any versioning here. I'm simply going and click on create bucket. Guys, you understood how to create a bucket now? So I created a bucket in Mumbai region and bucket in objects not public. Not public meaning my bucket is private. My bucket is private. Understood? So if you select that, if you select this, you have copy ARN. Anyone can say what is ARN? What is the full form of ARN? Amazon Resource. Yes, it's Amazon resource name. Very good, not number. Huh? So if at all you want to use in IAM policies, if you want to refer this bucket name, so you should be no meaning patak. Okay, number meaning patak. No, you still remember, huh? Ali? Okay. So yes. So 9 a.m. demo. See this one here. You have yeah. If you want to write some policies, and if you want to identify or if you want to name this bucket name, so you will be identifying this bucket name with the ARN. Okay, so that is the ARN. Empty meaning if you want to empty all the objects inside it, you can empty it. Delete meaning deleting the bucket. Okay, so yeah, I'm going inside the bucket, guys. Here, see, I clicked on it, and then here we have objects, properties, permissions, metrics, management, access points. So here we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 tabs are there. So these 6 tabs are same for all the buckets. For all the buckets. Okay. So if you click on objects, this is, so if you click on properties, so accordingly, everything will be changed. So let's take the first tab as here objects. So here is the place where you can go ahead and then upload your objects here. Okay. So let's go ahead and try to upload. So you can drag and drop here also, or you can click on upload and then you can go with the add files. So There are a few images here, gallery. So I'm just trying to go ahead and then open this. Guys, you can upload like this also. Okay. If you're uploading here, you can add the whole folder also. You can add files also. You can drag and drop also. Anything is fine. And destination is this. Destination details, guys, we have bucket versioning, we have disable, and we are doing this encryption, and then object log is disabled. So, and permissions. So this is the place where, guys, we have ACLs enabled, no? If you have ACLs are disabled, you don't get any permissions here. As I have enabled ACLs, NA is enabled. So that's the reason why you can give anyone to any specific one, or you can add any other AWS accounts if at all you want to add it, or if you want to grant public access also, you can grant it. So it is more flexible. So that's the reason why I told you to go with the ACLs enabled. If you have ACLs are disabled, you don't get any options here. So let it be default here. So which are all the file format will support? So we have learned in very initially also itself, Pooja, all kind of flat files. There is nothing. Yeah. So here, properties. So do you remember we discussed about standard IA, one zone, intelligent tiering, glacier, right? Deep glacier, reduce redundancy, all these things we have learned. What is the minimum days, right? Right? What is the maximum object minimum objects size here should be there. All things we have learned, no, guys. So if it is standard frequently accessed, say frequently accessed data more than once in a month with millisecond access. So frequently meaning this, infrequently meaning infrequently accessed data once a month with millisecond access. So depend upon your requirement, you can go and choose this. But here I told you what is the default storage class. Which one is already selected? FA, standard frequently access. Do you see this? So based on the requirement, you just need to go ahead and select like this. So I'm just going with the standard FA. Server-side encryption, I'm not doing any encryptions, so everything is fine. Do you see this, guys? Now you can click on upload, or I'm canceling it. So simply you can drag and drop as well. So storage. Do you see this? I selected this to drag and drop. Same thing you will get. If you expand properties and permissions, same thing that what we have discussed, we'll get it here and click on upload. Do you see this? And on the right side, you have close button. Click on close. Does everyone understand how to upload? You can select all a number of files and then drag and drop it here. Okay. And here you have two objects here. Find object by prefix. What is prefix meaning here? Yes, prefix meaning subfolder, right? Prefix meaning subfolder. Very good. So you can create a folders. Do you see this here? Create folder. You can create a folder called test. You can create a folder like this. Okay. So test is a prefix here. Okay. So you can find the objects by prefix if it all you want, and select any of the object, and all these options will be enabled. And you see copy S3 URI, copy URL, download. So guys, if you click on the image also, you click on the object also, the same thing you will get S3 URI. What is S3 URI? Unique resource identifier. Here, this type S3:// and this is the URI. So this we will be used in the CLIs. CLI. Do you remember we discussed CLI? Command line interface. We haven't went to the class, but we know, right? At least CLIs. So Yes. So if you want to use this bucket in the CLI, this is the syntax you should be providing it, AWS CLI. And ERN, this is the ERN that you will be using in the policies. If you want to identify this bucket in the policies, then this is the ARN that you should use it. This is the tag. And then this is the object URL. Remember, I used to tell endpoint object URL. So http:// bucket name .s3.ap minus south .amazonaws.com. So here, if you open this, can you tell me, will that image will work? No. So it doesn't work because it says access denied. Why didn't work? Because our bucket is private. So if your bucket is private, your objects are also private. Write down that word, that line. Okay. The same thing what you have. So we'll come the same thing what we have discussed. So here you can copy URI, you can download it. So I'll come back. So the same options, you can copy URI, copy URL to open it. You can download, you can open, you can delete it. Right, in Actions also you can download. And do you see this here? Share with a pre-signed URL. Do you remember what is pre-signed URL? Yes. So you can give this time interval until the present entity expires. So you can just put how many minutes that you need, how many hours that you need. So let's say, so here I just put at 10 minutes. Create present URL. So do you see the copy present URL? Do you see this? So this is the present URL, right? I have given for 10 minutes. So after 10 minutes, this URL works, but after 10 minutes, that URL will not work. That will be expired. So this one in previously, few months back, I think 1 year back, we used to do this using CLI, but they have put this here with the shared here and as an option. That's good. So guys, total size you can calculate, copy, move, all these things. You can rename the object from image to something else, right? So normal actions, guys, normal actions that you can edit the storage class. So standard to something else. So you can get everything with the actions there. So this make public using ACL, I'll talk soon. Okay. And you have something called query with S3 select. If at all you have some logs in CSV format, in JSON, right? So you can output, you can generate this sensing, and then you can start running some SQL queries here. Yeah. So this one, if at all you want to, if you know SQL queries and if you want to retrieve the data from these formats, you can just give a try. Otherwise, and then metadata, right? So if you can add, so what is the content type, image, JPG, and if you want to add some key value pairs, Khan Bhai. So it's a key value pair. You can add it here. Right? You can create and you can upload. Everyone understood these options, all these options here? Guys, is this clear till here? Getting it? Non-IT? Okay. So, good. Okay. Now, after this text box, do you see find objects by prefix? Do we have anything else next to the text box? No, we don't have anything, right? So now I have created a private bucket. Should we go ahead and create a public bucket? Let's see, chalo. Let's go ahead and create a private bucket. So click on create bucket. create bucket. So now I call it as 9 a.m. demo public bucket. So you can create the bucket in any region. So I can go ahead and then put it in Ireland if at all. If you want to change it. It's up to you. So ACLs disable or enable? Go with ACLs enable. So here, block public access for sitting. So if you want to have, so yes, you can change, Andre. I'll show you. So here, if you want to make it as public, you need to check or uncheck. Yes, uncheck it. So if you uncheck it, your bucket will be public, and you make sure you acknowledge that yes, you want to make it public. And then rest, the versioning will come later. Everyone understood? Simply create bucket. See? So here it says objects can be public. So I go inside it, public bucket, and same options you have. So should we go ahead and upload it, some files? Yes, upload a couple of files. Okay. Click on upload. Click on close. Okay. Now this is the public bucket. I open the image and then I open the object URL. Now can you tell me, will this work? Answer is no. It says access denied. Why means, so if the bucket is public, guys, the nature of the object is by default private. The nature of the object is by default private. So doesn't matter if the bucket is public or private. So now in this case, the bucket is public, but the object is still private. So what we need to do in this case then? So guys, you select this whichever object that you want to make it public, go to actions, and do you see this? Make public using ACL. Do you see this? Click it and then make public. So guys, now it says access denied. If I refresh it, do you see that? Got it now? So remember that is, so no need to do one by one. Select all. You have a select all option here. Okay. And the second one, will you able to access it? Second one? No, because see, we need to go ahead and then give the permissions. Now we understand how to make the object public. So that is the only difference between the public bucket and then private bucket. So now we have understood how to create a private bucket, how to upload objects, how to create a public bucket, and how to upload the objects there, and how to access it also. And we have seen the options. Is this clear till here, everyone? Before I go to versioning concept. Okay. Now I'll create another bucket and I call it as 9 a.m. demo version bucket. I'll create it in Mumbai. Do you see any difference here? If I create in different regions? No, it's just a region. So it will be created in that region. So everything you can see it here. So ACLs enable. And then, guys, is there any relation between versioning and public and private? No. Versioning is common. Just a second. Okay. So, so it doesn't matter, guys, if the versioning, we can do the versioning for the public bucket also and private bucket also, because versioning is within inside the bucket. So we are not accessing somewhere outside, right? So it doesn't matter if it is public or private. So I'm just going for the private. Okay. So why they are calling again? Okay. Sorry for that. So guys, we'll just go ahead and create here. Do you see this bucket versioning? We just go ahead and click on enable the bucket version. So I'm just going and click on create bucket. So do you see this? Go inside this version bucket. Okay. Now let's try to go ahead and upload these two files. Okay. I click on upload. Okay. So guys, do you see this? Before we haven't enabled the versioning. Once the version is enabled, do you see this here? Show versions, and you have the switch button here. Hmm? So that is the difference between the versioning bucket and non-versioning bucket. Okay. So now let me show you how this versioning works. So now how many times I have uploaded? Only one time. Okay. Now I'll just try to go ahead and then upload. Let's see. One time. Upload. One. Same files I'm uploading multiple times. Two. Three. Guys, 3 times I have uploaded and we have the latest version, correct? Total, how many will be there? 3 versions with one latest version will be there. So if you just switch this show versions, do you see this? For image 1, this is the latest version. And how many are there here? 3 are there. So how many times you have uploaded the object, those many versions will be created. So, and you can clearly see that which is the latest version. By last modified, the latest one will be always the latest version on top. Do you see this here? Okay. So now I close this. So now all of a sudden, I just go ahead and deleted this object. I deleted the object. Guys, image one large, that one image is gone. So how to restore it? Go to the show versions. And do you see this here? Date marker is applied. Whenever you see the delete marker here, so you have 1, 2, 3, 4 versions are there, and separately a delete marker is applied for this image. So what you need to do? Select that and delete that. So did we learn that? Is it possible to download this delete marker? See, download is grayed out. These are certification questions. So now I just click on go ahead and then delete it. So I'm just going and deleting it. So now I deleted it and sure. And do you see this? My object is back, restored. Understood? So if you delete all also, doesn't matter. So I'm deleting all. If you say, you can play around with you. So do you see everything I have deleted? Show versions and I see delete markers. Select those delete markers, multiple delete markers, and then delete them. Close and off it, and I can see my images back. Everyone understood how to play around with versioning files? Super. That is on versioning. And versioning also has the unique ID I said. This is the suffix type. Okay. Now I will go and is it possible to disable or suspend the versioning? Suspend. So here, do you see the how do we suspend the versioning? Do you see this? Guys, everyone understood on the object section? Everything is clear, no? All the options here. Okay, now let's go to properties. So in this properties, you can see the bucket overview, which region is the bucket and what is the ARN when it's created, and bucket versioning. Do you see this here? So you can edit this bucket versioning and then you can suspend it. I'm canceling it. I'm showing it again. So one thing here. So guys here, let's say you have a bucket, very important bucket in production environment. Okay. And will you allow everyone to go ahead and then suspend the versioning for the production bucket? It's not a good practice, correct? So for that, you can set up MFA. If at all you want to change the bucket versioning settings, MFA is mandated to give. So, but this MFA setting can be done only from the CLI. This is a certification question. Right on. Bucket versioning settings can be controlled by MFA using AWS CLI. Or you can do it with the SDKs or with the REST APIs. Bucket versioning settings can be changed having MFA with AWS CLI. Not from the console. Write that also. If I start writing, it will become a big notes, Varun. Come on, please. So you should at least keep in mind or put it in some notes. I'm giving good time, no, to write. Come on. You are reminding me. You are reminding me my school days. Varun. Okay. So now, is it clear? Okay. Now click on edit and then I'm going and suspending it. So guys, if I suspend the versioning, do you remember I told you the existing objects will be changed? No. Existing objects in your bucket do not change. So newly added objects will be the version will be suspended, correct? So now I acknowledge and then save. That means you suspend it. Okay, guys, now I have suspended it. So should I go ahead and upload few things here? Let me go and upload 6. So, and I am uploading it. Okay. So I have uploaded image 6. Now, okay, now I'm trying to upload one more time. One more time, maybe one more time. So, and again, I'm trying to upload one more time. Okay. So if I click on show versions, do you see this? Do we have any versions came up for image 6? No. So that meaning no versionings for this because you have suspended it. So now I go and delete one of the image 6. Do you expect to restore it? Delete it. Delete marker will be applied. Yes. Do you see this? Delete marker is applied. We have learned this. Delete marker is applied. But if you go and delete the delete marker, go and delete the delete marker, that will be restored? No, it cannot be restored. Gone. Permanently deleted. Okay. But my bucket is my versioning is suspended still. But can I delete my image one? Let's say, for example, I accidentally deleted the image one. Okay, can I restore it now? Image one. Go there, image one, you have it, delete it, and let's see image one is back or not. Do you see this image one is back? Right? So like this, you can, these are the main things. You can do all kind of permutations, combinations. You can play around with this now. Right? Everyone clear, guys, on the versioning concept? Simple? Yes. Super. So go to properties, and then this is on the bucket versioning, tags, encryptions, anytime you can go ahead and disable it or change it, right? We have already encrypted, no, SSES3. With SSES3, you can edit it and you can disable it if at all you want. Okay. So, and then, do you see, I'll come to this point later. Server access login. Did we learn the server access login? If you don't give versioning, Varun, delete marker will itself will not get created. Versioning itself, the toggle will come there if you don't give versioning. Server access login. So guys, if at all you want to know who is accessing your bucket and all, right? So you need to go ahead and set up the server access login. So you tell me, is it good to have the logs generated in the same bucket or different bucket? Separate bucket, no? Should we go and create a separate bucket? So, okay, let's go ahead and click 9 a.m. log bucket. Okay. So ACLs enable, doesn't matter public or private. Okay. So I'm just going and creating it here. Okay. So now I go to version bucket. So I'm showing you guys, this can be any, for any bucket, it's same. Okay. So I'm going on here, server access login, edit it, enable it. And in which bucket that you want to follow the logs, select that bucket and save. That's it. So guys, here, do you see this? And whoever is accessing my 9 a.m. demo version bucket, right? I have enabled the server logs. That meaning all the logs will be generated into that particular bucket. This is how you enable the server's log. Clear? So create a bucket and select it here. That's it. And then I told you if you want to do object level login, so where should you go ahead and do it? You should configure in CloudTrail. Should configure in CloudTrail. In CloudTrail, however, you have if you click on it. Hey, by the way, guys, this is gone. No, what is this? Hey, what is that? Pre-send URL. 10 minutes is after 10 minutes expired. Request has expired. So this is a live thing where you can set up your pre-send URL. So guys, you can create a separate trail and try to monitor or try to log your buckets, log your objects. But if not, if you click on event history, do you see this here? Put bucket versioning, put everything, who is the user here, when he is doing, in what event resource, and what is the resource type, what is the resource name. Everything is getting recorded over here in event. I told you, no, in event, CloudTrail is the guy where it will record everything, whatever is happening in your entire AWS environment. So I am creating the bucket, I'm deleting the bucket, right? Everything I started doing it. See, Elastic Beanstalk we did, right? So if at all you want to if you want to log separately this API level, object level API operations, then you can go ahead with the CloudTrail data events. No, it's not free trial for you. That's the reason why I didn't create it. So don't not required, but it's very easy. If there is any chance to do it, just give the name and then whichever bucket that you want to use it, use that, and then go ahead and then create it next. Okay. Log events, review and create it. So insights here. So insight event collections required a trail. So additional charges apply for this also. Insight is the same thing. Like if you want to you want to see the insights of uh, the entire logs. Andre. See, insights helps AWS user identify respond to unusual activity associated with the right API calls by continually analyzing CloudTrail management events. So if you want to analyze the events, like if you want to have insight on the logs, here logs meaning events only. Okay. And then here we have event notifications. Hey, do you remember in which service we have done this event notifications? Yeah, event notification from SNS. But which is the service where we triggered? Yes, CloudWatch. Correct? Yes, very good. So here also, guys, in CloudWatch, if you remember, if someone is launching the EC2 instance, we received a notification. Correct? If someone is terminating the EC2 instance, we receive notification. If someone is creating a volume, deleting a volume, modifying the volume, we'll receive a notification. Same here also in S3. If someone is creating a bucket, you should get a notification. If someone is uploading object, you should get a notification. If someone is modifying something, you should get a notification. How do we do this? How do we do that? Here we can do. But guys, do you remember we worked on Event Bridge? So where are all the events will get collected? In the Event Bridge only, no? So if you want to have this kind of work, what you need to do is, first of all, you need to on it. So that all the notifications, all the events in this bucket will be sent to the Event Bridge. From there, you can catch. So first of all, you need to enable it. So you need to enable S3 to send all the events to Event Bridge. Then what you need to do here, you can create event notifications. Okay, now let's create a sample event notification. See, event name, call it as some upload event. Upload object event. You can give any name. So you are interested to get a notification when the object is uploaded in the whole bucket or in some prefixes. What is prefix? Subfolder, correct? So you want the notification when anyone uploaded the objects in the subfolder or the whole bucket, it's up to you. So if you mention any subfolder, this event notification will be checked only for that subfolder, otherwise the whole bucket. So event types, what are the events that you are interested in? I said upload. Upload meaning creating the events, right? Put, correct? If you are interested with delete marker or remove object removal, select it. Up to you, guys. It's up to your requirement. If you select all object create events, so anything object created that can be put, post, copy, multi-parts, right? Or object removal whenever you restore it, whenever you do any changes in ACLs, any tagging, whenever you are selecting, someone is selecting. Guys, reduce redundant storage. Is it good to select? Is it recommended to keep our objects in RRS? It's not recommended, correct? So if someone is uploading any objects and then they're selecting RRS, you should get a notification. Yes, select this. If anyone doing a CRR, SRR replication, select this. If anyone is creating lifecycle management, select this. See up. So based on the requirement, which event that you want, you just select it. Let's say, for example, put, or if someone is deleted also. And someone, so if someone is deleting, permanent delete marker is getting created, no? Okay. You can select those things. And guys, destination, this is a certification question. In S3 event notification, what are the destinations options you have? Lambda function, SNS, SQS. Please write down. That's a certification question. In S3 event notifications, what are the destination services? Lambda, SNS, SQS. Okay. So what is our requirement now? To whom we need to say, what is our destination? If you want to receive a notification, SNS. Select that SNS topic, and you know that we have that 9 a.m. batch topic. Right? So guys, here, and you click on save. So guys, here I've just selected when to use Lambda functions. For example, I'm giving an example. So you are conducting okay, you are telling the customers or you are telling your users that to upload only JPG files. For example, I'm saying, I'm giving an example. And someone is uploading PNG files also. Do you need PNG files in your bucket? Let's say you don't want. So can you write a Lambda functions to convert that JPG files, that PNG files to JPG? Yes. Convert it, rename it. So all kind of automation, how do you do? Using the Lambda functions. So based on the requirement, you just need to go ahead and do it. So here is the question. So when I click on save changes, this is expected error. So this is one of the troubleshooting part that you should be doing it as a part of the task. So guys, why you are not able to create a event notification? I want you to research. It's very easy. If you put this in Google, in the first link, second link itself, you will get answer. But do you all understood how to set it up, how to create an event notification apart from this error? Super. Okay. So transfer accelerations also we have learned, but do not do it. So it's just a matter of clicking and edit and enable it. But additional charges apply. So don't do this, but it's just a matter of enabling it for the fast transfer. And but guys, there is a tool called S3 transfer acceleration tool. So if you want to see the speed comparison, how much faster it is. So guys, don't open this link. I'm just giving this link for your reference. Don't click it because your 1.5 GB will be over if you are connecting from. So what this does, it will just test it. So with the direct upload or with the transfer acceleration upload. See, it is uploading a sample file to S3 endpoint, a direct upload, guys, to Virginia from my place. So it is taking how much time it will say. And if you are from my place to Virginia, if I'm uploading using transfer acceleration, how much speed that will take, that will go with the CDN, how much faster? Do you see this here? Uploading a sample file using CloudFront endpoint. See, it will say how much percentage is faster. It's not necessary to be always faster, to be super faster. You will see the percentage. Wait. Wow, 212% faster, right? So it will show you each and every region. It will just try to sample upload and it will tell you which region from here it will be faster. So based on this, you can try to upload using transfer acceleration. So I'm closing it. This will unnecessarily eat our internet. That is transfer acceleration, guys. Object lock, you can enable it. Requester pay is also the same thing. Requester pay meaning, guys, if at all someone is uploaded any object in your bucket, who should be paying it? If the requester wants to pay, you can enable this. Like same thing, guys, like how you have Amazon Prime, you have Netflix, no, you pay it and then open their movie file, correct? So if at all you want to have this kind of, so data transfer cost, everything will be go with the requester base. If you want to enable, it's just matter of enable, disable. But don't do that. I'll talk about static website. Guys, except static website hosting, everything is clear. This intelligent tier is related to LCM. We'll talk on this. But is this clear till here, everyone? All the options? Maybe you can check it, Shravan, when you're doing the permutations and combination. Try it out. Yeah. So guys, now should we go ahead and quickly go and set up one static website hosting? With it's very easy, right? Okay, see here, create bucket. So I'm just giving a name called 9 a.m. demo website. Okay, I'm putting it in Mumbai. It says enable. So guys, you tell me if my bucket, if my website wants to be accessed by everyone, then it should be public or private. My bucket public. So uncheck that. Guys, versioning is mandatory. It's not mandatory. It's up to you. If you all versioning, you can enable for safer side. Otherwise, no need. It's up to you. So guys, I'm just going and creating a public bucket. Simple. I go inside it. Guys, we need to have some HTML files, no? Just can you go to Google and try to download sample what is that HTML template? Right, you can go ahead and then download from any of the website. You can download it. Do you see? You have so many templates like this. You can download any of the template. Okay. So what I did, I have already downloaded one template. Do you see this? So I have all my HTML. So I have my HTML files, all my CSS images, right? All these files are there, and we have index.html file. So simply, if you have all your files, go ahead and then just upload, drag and drop all your files. Upload. Do you see this? I have uploaded all my files here. So guys, if my files want to be accessed by everyone, what we should do? By default, these are all private, no? We should make it public, no? So select all, and then this is a very important step. Many people will forget this. Make it public. Make public. What we did, we created a public bucket, we uploaded all the files and make it public. Now we need to enable static website hosting. Go to properties and come down all the way, static website hosting. Do you see this? Edit it, enable it. And what is our index? We have our index.html now, landing page. Select that, guys. And then save changes. Bus. And you have the URL at the bottom. Everyone understood how I did? Create a public bucket, upload all your files, make the public using ACL, and then enable the static website hosting. And then I open the link. Boom. And this is the website. Guys, within seconds, we have deployed a website in S3. Guys, is it the same website if you want to do it on EC2? You need to launch an EC2 instance. You need to log in. You need to set it up. You need to install web server. You need to set it up. You need to have load balancer. You need to have target groups. Yeah, and you need to maintain the performance, etc., etc. But here, S3, all kind of Do you need to worry about the performance for this S3 for this website? No. Do you need to take care of high availability for this website? No. Guys, everything is taken care by S3. See how easily we have set up a website. And this is a nasty URL. If you want to do the makeup, Route 53. Guys, understood how to set up a static website hosting? Everyone clear? Why do I get this? Guys, very good example for we learned now what is this consistency models. We have deleted this elastic beanstalk. Didn't we delete it? Do you see this? Consistency model. Eventually consistency model. Okay. So there is some issue with it. But is it clear till here, everyone? Will you do the tasks? So what are the tasks? Okay. Those are the tasks. So create private buckets, try to access it, public bucket, try to access it, so work on versioning, right? Suspend it, right? Do S3 event notifications, server logs, set up a static website hosting, and delete all the buckets. So guys, I'm deleting the bucket. See how I'm deleting it. So you need to delete one by one. There is no option to delete all, right? So first you need to empty the bucket, say permanently delete, and then select it again and then delete. Guys, yes, you can rename the objects. Guys, can you do one thing? One exploring topic. I haven't given any exploring topic here. Can I give one exploring topic? Okay. Do you see this here? If you go to any bucket, we have seen objects and properties. Permissions matrix management we'll learn tomorrow. Only one thing, access points. Can you learn and come back and do the practical on it? What is this access point? How do we do? What is the use? How do we create it? Only one small topic. That is the only explore task. Okay. So same thing, empty it. And you click on delete bucket configuration. It is same as deleting the bucket. You know to go back and again. So here, empty it. Demo website bucket. So guys, once you are done with it, go ahead and delete it. So do not try to upload huge files and all because you have only limited size for free. Once you are done with this and delete it immediately, no harm. Any logs generated? No, not yet. Okay. Why this is okay? Not found. That's fine. Any questions? Will you able to do this practicals? Fantastic. Good. So as you are up to date with the practicals, so today let's start with S3, okay? And then tomorrow we'll continue on this LCM, CRR, course and all, okay? Super. Can you give me the final CC for today? Great. So that is all, guys, for today. And I'll see you tomorrow with the continuation of this S3 practical. Until then, take care. Bye-bye. Have a nice day.